What to do if you stop losing weight on Mounjaro. So today, what are we going to get into? I'm going to tell you exactly why I'm discussing this topic. It comes from a personal point. I have indeed stopped losing weight on Mounjaro. I'm up, I'm down, I'm all over the shop. We'll talk about it. But I'm also going to talk about all the things I'm going to put in place to get that weight going again. If that's something you're interested in, first of all, like and subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when I release a video or if I'm going live. And please make sure to put some comments below if you're in a similar situation, because this is not fun. So let's get into it. For anyone that doesn't know me, my name's Lauren. I have been on Mounjaro since March 2025. So 10 months, 11 months. I've lost 4 stone on Mounjaro and I lost 4 stone before Mounjaro as well. So at the moment, I'm at an 8 stone loss. Now, I am thrilled, ecstatic, overjoyed with this. However, that weight has just gone, I'm not moving. Try, I ain't going anywhere. Yeah, it's gone all sassy on me. She doesn't want to move. She loves me so much. She's clinging on. Now, for anyone that's watched any of my previous videos, you know that I've been around the 11 stone 7 to 11 stone 12 mark since about October, and we are now in February. Now, it's completely normal, of course, for weight to really slow down, that weight loss to slow down completely as you're getting towards that place of goal. Now, for me, I never overly had a goal until lately, where I do feel like 10.5 stone is in my head, or at least a size 12. So I'm currently in a size 14, and I do feel like I would be comfortable in a size 12, and 10.5 stone is in my mind for some reason. I feel like I would be still very healthy there. I don't feel like it's too under. I feel like it's in the category I should be at. Now, deciding on those topics of what my goal might be, because my other half said to me the other day when I was struggling with weight loss and what to eat, and we'll talk about that. He said, well, surely you're at goal now, surely you're done. And it made me realise, no, I'm not done yet. I'm not happy to be at maintenance yet. Everyone is different, by the way. This is everyone's individual journey. Some people may be happy to stop in any stone bracket because a weight loss to be healthy for you is exactly that. It's for you. But it just made me realise that I'm not there yet for me personally. So yeah, let's talk about how this has all come about. So back in December at Christmas time, the Christmas period, I gave myself that window, that 11 stone 7 to 11 stone 10 bracket to stay within. And I did it. I stayed within it that whole of Christmas, even when there was mince pies, pudding, turkey, you name it, it was there. I managed to stay within that bracket and I was so happy about it. And then out of Christmas, I really struggled to stay within that bracket. I then started exercising and my weight went up to 11 stone 12. Now I know, no need to come at me for this. I know that when you exercise, your weight has the potential to increase. I know why, and I think many of us do know why, but it doesn't help the psychology behind it, does it? It doesn't help the fact that for years we've been conditioned and trained to worry about what that number says, which, let's be honest, is bullshit-archy. And more so what we should be doing is measuring how we're feeling, maybe our clothes, our physical measurements, more so than the scales. Because yes, I have been doing that. I've always measured, but I don't know. I think when over Christmas I had it so fixated in my head that I had to stay between 7 stone 11 stone 7 and 11 stone 10. I had those numbers so ingrained into my vision that when I then came back, put in the effort of the exercise along with the eating, pushed aside all the mince pies and all of that, the fun I was having, and then for that number to go up, it is so horrible, isn't it? And like I said, we already know why, but I think that put me on a funny slope. So I kind of stopped the weight training side of it and instead very much focused back on my running, still focused on the healthy eating. And in that few weeks, I went from the 11 stone 11, 11 stone 12, all the way down to 11 stone 3 in maybe a month, something like that. So I thought to myself, great, maybe the cardio side, maybe the running side is what's really helping getting that metabolism moving again, because I was absolutely putting the calories into my body. I was definitely fueling the system with really good healthy foods, but I just thought, right, well, the running is clearly what's helping here. Now, let's just pause here. I stayed at 11 stone 3 for a few days. 11 stone 6 was really where I was at, which was good because it was going in a downward direction still. So I kept with that kind of consistency of the running and the eating eating healthily, and it spiked again. It went back up to 11 stone 10, 11 stone 9, and today I'm currently 11 stone 8. So I am all over the shop, thinking of every little heron. You like the heron? Sorry. Thinking of every little thing, overthinking the nuts a few nuts that I've put in the yogurt, overthinking, or maybe that mango is a bit bit too much mango. And I know that if someone was saying this to me, I'd be like, I don't think we got in this place because we ate too much mango, did we? You know, I know that we have to consume an incredible amount of calories on top of our maintenance calories in order to gain fat. But something's going on and it has put the jitters up me. Let me tell you that for nothing. So what's kind of happened these last couple of weeks is I've been having the run up of eating healthy, you know, doing that exercise, getting on the scales and be disappointed. And then the weekends, I've been not eating well at all. Smashed out a pack of Marylands. For anyone that doesn't know what a Maryland is, it's a little cookie, but there's a lot in those little cookies. I didn't go for a little bag. So I started to kind of get into this cycle of doing really, really well, stepping on those scales and then not being my friend, and then having a spiral weekend and starting the system again. Then jabbing, starting the system again. And it's not good. It's not good because it's completely kind of halted for me to the point where I do wonder, is this my safe zone in terms of weight wise? Am I meant to be around the 11.5 stone point, which will allow me to exercise, eat healthy throughout the week, but also allow me to have the treats at the weekend? But I still feel like there's more to go. Not only in terms of my eating and the exercise, but also my periods have been all over the shop. My periods have been everywhere, so I'm sure it's not regular. I know I'm nearly 40, so the perimenopause is on the horizon. I can see you, Peri, piss off. So I'm sure that's had a lot to do with it. I get a lot more emotional around that time now. I'm not gonna lie to you. The other day I was scared of myself. One minute I was crying. Next minute I was laughing hysterically. The next minute I was angry. I was an angry beaver. The next minute I just wanted to get through loads and loads of food, which is obviously us as women as well. But I think that added to everything else has just really spiraled me slightly, which again is why maybe I took a pause off the YouTube for a second. I got back into it for a few weeks, didn't I? And then this last week I've kind of not, because I thought, what have I got to say? Especially in terms of tips or tricks where I myself am a little stuck right now. So I thought, hey, that's what we'll talk about because someone else might be feeling stuck. Now, although I'm saying that I'm in a stuck place, I'm also going to share what I'm going to be doing to get out of this stuck place. I'm not just here with the moans. I'm here with solutions for all of us. So let's get into the positives, shall we? I've adjusted my seat because I'm here. So first of all, when we're in these moments of magoo, I think we do need to give ourselves a little bit of grace because we've all done so well. I think we can all get trapped into that place of thinking, oh, I've had that pack of biscuits. Oh, I've had that bag of crisps. Oh, I didn't need to order that takeaway. When you think about how far we've come, I was on the phone to my friend the other day. Bring. Guess what? I've smashed a bag of Marylands. That's not all. I had some mini eggs. But I was also able to reflect on how bad my bad days would have been. That would have been croissants and a full fat chai tea latte in the morning. It would have been me ordering a Wenzel's, that's a bakery for anyone that doesn't know, ordering a Wenzel's for my lunch, including a big baguette full of mayonnaise and whatever fillings, crisps and a cake. That would have been my Wenzel's for my lunch alone. Then maybe going out for a chocolate bar for a snack. Then getting a nice big takeaway for my tea, along with the big sharing pouch of Maltesers. So sometimes, I'm going to say to all of us, we just need to reflect and say, okay, but let's just check out that balance. Are we still in an 80-20? Because when I looked at it like that, I felt so bad about what I'd done at the weekend. I thought, but hang on, your 5 days of the week were perfect, whatever that looks like. And then your weekend, not so much. But that is still 80-20. Also, this time of year, if you're in the UK, let me hear you say ho, ho, because it is grey out there. I said to my friend again, bring, it's grey out there. What's going on? Check the weather app. And she said, yeah, it is. Apparently it's to do with the weather fronts. That weather front can piss off because it's grey, it's miserable. And I was saying, actually, if we've managed to get out and go for a walk, if we've managed to get that run in that we wanted to do, if we've managed just to walk to the shop instead of getting in the car to the shop over these months where there is dank and gloomy and rainy and it's a miserable co-worker out there, isn't it? It's your miserable co-worker. You know, the co-worker that comes in that's always, morning. And you think, oh, the energy's just zapped out of this room because Appy Tits has arrived. That's the weather right now. It's the gloomy co-worker you try to avoid. But when you want to be out to do your exercise or to do that walk or to get those endorphins and to get that fresh air in, it's difficult to avoid gloomy Gertrude. What I'm saying here in a roundabout way is it is a difficult time of year to be, especially if you're starting this kind of journey or at any point in this journey, it is a difficult time of year to do it. I find when it's summer, we've got the gorgeous fruits we want to eat. We want to eat those salads. We want to get that water down us. We want to be going for those walks. Not right now. So let's just give ourselves that moment. So what am I going to do to change this? And I will be very honest and update you about it. So here's some things I've considered. Now, first of all, from a more natural point of view, I think I need to revamp my meals because I'm not excited about mealtime anymore. Before, I was staying right with my mince, I'm going to have my bolognese or I'm gonna make my little healthy mince burgers. With my sausages, I'm gonna do my sausage casserole. With my salmon, I'm gonna do this salmon that I love. With my tender stem broccoli and my protein lentils, or I'm gonna have that with a little stir fry. With my chicken, I'm either gonna make that into a little curry. The heron again! Love him. I'm going to make that into a curry again, or put it in the little bags that you put in the oven so you get all the spices through it, and maybe have some little healthy fajitas. At lunchtime, I'm going to have my poached egg, or I'm going to have my tuna on protein bagel. But after, 10 months of it, I'm going back to the same thing. So every time I have the mince, I have the burger, or I have the bolognese. Every time I have the sausage, I'll have the casserole. Every time I have the salmon, I'll have the, so I need to revamp this. I need to get excited about healthy food again and about meal prep in general, because I went through a time skipping down those Aldi aisles. Move out the way, mama's gotta get some stuff. Ticket. And I don't feel that anymore. I feel like when I'm picking stuff up, I'm like, I know what that's gonna be, and I know what that's gonna be, and I know what that's gonna be. Some meals I love as a go-to, but I need to refreshen it. So again, if anyone has any meal ideas, please get them in the comments below. Always high protein, high fibre. Get them in the comments. My other half also said to me when he came in and I was being a bit of a gloomy Gertrude, he actually walked through the door. I was stood up and he said, "What's wrong?" And my answer was, "I look round." I mean, I've got no words for that. I was wearing quite a round looking jumper. That's fine. And he couldn't help but laugh. And I was like, that means I look round, can't we? But we started talking about how I was feeling about this, how I was feeling like I was getting stuck in this rut, how the scales weren't moving. They were going up, they were going down, they were going round. And he said, how about we look at some batch cooking? Now, it's all well and good for him to say, but I know who's going to be doing the batch cooking. And I don't think it's going to be his little ginger mug. I say that, it might be. But he was just putting it forward as a suggestion, because it might be that once I've got meals in the freezer, I can say, right, this is what we're having, and almost plan it the week ahead. So that could be an option. So that's the first thing I'm going to be doing, looking at revamping those meal ideas. Hit me up in the comments with any meal ideas, and considering batch cooking. I just don't know how it'll fit in that well, but I could look at it. Now, from a Mounjaro point of view, these are the three things that I could consider doing, or I will consider doing. Changing my jab days. Now, at the moment, I jab on a Sunday. It was a Saturday, now it's a Sunday. And I think that isn't helping me, because I think the Friday and the Saturday is when I end up eating the most, because it feels like the end of a week and it feels like the time that anyone would snack. I think I actually need to change it to a Wednesday, so that jab on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday should be at its peak, and then be able to get me through the Saturday and Sunday. So I think that might be an option. As well as changing my jab day, I think I might change my jab site. I haven't changed my jab site for months. I think I changed it a couple of times way back when, probably in maybe April, May, June, something like that, when I first went to my leg. And I think I need to go back to my leg or try something different to see if I can shake it up, because the other option is to go increase in dose. Now, I'm currently on 5 milligrams, and I know I've been on it for a very long time. That's probably what is needed, because that food noise is very strong. When I'm not doing something, when I'm not active and busy, I'm thinking about food, and that's just how I was before Mounjaro. If I was busy and active, I wasn't thinking about food. The second I'm not busy, I start thinking about it. So I think the logical thing would be to go up in dose, but I am going to try changing the jab site first and see if that works. So this one was a little bit of an odd one, a bit more of a letting you know where I am, but letting you know the things I'm going to put in place. And again, if you've got any ideas, if you've been in a similar position, if you currently are, let me know in the comments what you might be doing as well, because it all helps a sister out. Now, usually I do give tips, tricks and advice, because I'm usually on form, but this is about being real and telling us the true stories. We don't want to hear how it's going brilliant for everyone all the time. We want to hear about the struggles. So here you go, here's some struggles. But if you'd love to follow on my story, please do subscribe to the channel, comment below, because I love hearing from you. Pop us a little message and do like this video. It really does help me a lot. Thank you so much as always for your gorgeous support, and I'll be back on with another update and video very soon. Good luck this week, munchers!